When you think about resilience, you think about a superhero, somebody that's tough, somebody that could just resist anything. Resilience is a really powerful word when you implement it in your daily life. And the reason why I say this is because a lot of people have the resilience, but also lack of the purpose of your resilience. So I want to give you 5 ways, like just 5 ways that I deal with resilient techniques. Because a lot of people, they may not know how to do it. They may not know the start of being resilient in your life. So I think this would definitely help out a lot of people, and we're going to go straight into it. This is something really important and reminiscent to me, because it used to be a time where I was always isolated. I was to myself. I didn't want to be bothered with nobody. I was just straight up a loner the whole way through, until I started working at the airport. Now, in the beginning, people used to be around me and say, "Hey man, you look like you just came out of jail. What is going on? You good? You all right?" You know, people was like worried about me, but I always thought that they were just being nosy. They really didn't care about me. But I think the more I talked to people that was around me, the more I started opening up about my backstory and my life. So I would say step 1 is to build a support network. So just talking to a friend or, you know, someone that you look up to, like a mentor, regularly, to pretty much get an idea of a different perspective of life. And, you know, just reach out to people more often. You never know what another person can actually offer you unless you reach out. Feeling isolated most of the time is not going to really get you far. I mean, it may get you to a place where as though you're at peace, but not having the proper guidance from people that you look up to, and just having that extra ear and eyes and, you know, protection from another group of people that's around you that trusts you and care about you. And I think that's a really great start. Just build some type of network, stop being isolated, and understand that you are not alone in this world. Step number 2, set small, achievable goals. Now, this one, I kind of mentioned this in my other previous videos, celebrating the small wins that you do and try to break down big challenges that you think that is too big into manageable steps. So you want to get to a point where as though you can manage every goal that you set for yourself and make sure you finish it all the way, achieve them, and then celebrate them. You could go out and do something that you always wanted to do. You could go buy that game system or go buy that, you know, sneakers that you looking at, you know, that you had your eyes on. So it depends on what it is that you do when it comes to achieving your goal. I'm gonna tell you, it's nothing like achieving everything that you wanted and just being a part of it every single day. You start getting addicted. It will start replacing your depression, your mental stress, your anxiety, to pushing yourself into doing something that you know that you're proud of, that you're happy to do. And that is very important. I think everybody should have that type of mindset of, I want to achieve this and celebrate my achievements. And that is just a small fragment of you actually completing everything that you thought you couldn't, and you'll be proud of yourself for it. Now, step 3 is a little challenging for people because everyone is pretty much focused on the wrong things, to be honest, instead of focusing on the thing that matters to them the most. Focus on what you can control. That is the main thing. Just focus on things that you know that you can change. And basically it starts within yourself. List what within your influences, like your effort, your mindset, you know, everything that pretty much matches your personality, what you want to see out of yourself in 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 years. Anything that has something to do with the reflection of what you don't like about yourself, you can control that. You can change whatever it is that you don't like about yourself. And I ain't talking about changing your body or changing your appearance and all this stuff. No, I mean just your mindset. It starts with your mindset. And even if you like looking good or like dressing a certain way, that's fine too. But make that more so a small thing and manage what you can control, which is your inner spirit, if that makes sense. And just let the rest of that other stuff that you can't control go. I know there's bills that you have to pay, and I know things that's like, oh my God, it's beyond my control. That's fine. Let's say that you want to cut some of your bills out in like little fragments. You could do that as well. You can make sure that you pay one part off, another part off, another part off, and just make sure once you complete it, you're completely done with everything. That is a small achievement. You can do whatever you want to do with that. So it goes back to step number 2. So yeah, just keep that in mind when it comes to building yourself, and your resilience is pretty much you having the control of your life. We live in a world of negative affirmations. We always saying, oh, I can't, I don't think, so things like that could kind of kill your spirit. You don't want to think like that. So step 4 is practice self-compassion. You have to speak positive. And I know it's hard, especially in this world today, man. It's like, you don't really know how to even see that, but you have to fight through it. It's a spiritual warfare, y'all. I'm letting y'all guys know. It's something that everybody is going through right now, and only the strong will survive it. So just try to be kind to yourself, through difficult situations. Sometimes it's good to just like, you know what? I'm not that bad. I might have messed up at this point, but I'm not as bad. Let me brush up on something, or let me learn something more than, you know what I mean? To try to boost your ego or your confidence up. That is a part of, a resilient technique, is actually not accepting defeat and learning from your mistakes and growing into a better person. Of a place I messed up with, or I'm learning to grow. I'm learning and I'm growing. Just make sure that for a fact that this is something that you want, and you want to continue to push yourself to do better. That's part of resilience, man. And I know a lot of people don't feel the need to want to do that. They want results over than them actually working, but you can't say you have resilience if you never actually push the boundaries of doing something better. Step 5, learn from your setbacks. Like I always tell you, it's good to reflect. So reflect on the past challenges. Like, what did you overcome, and what helped you to get to the point that you're at now? It's good to have that overview of everything that you did wrong, because without it, you will never learn what you did, and you won't. And so it will stop you from repeating the mistakes you did before. It's great to do that, because when you get to that mentality of, hey man, you know what? I want to change. You have something to fall back on. It's like a catalog. You go back and you read everything that you did before, and you don't want to go back into that phase. So you will change something and alter something that makes you not want to do that thing that you did before. So I'm telling you, it is really great to be just in that mindset of just learning from your setbacks, and view difficulties as opportunities to strengthen your resilience as well. I know that most of the time, difficult things could just be what it is, difficult things. But you also have to understand that there's an opportunity through those difficult challenges. So once you go through those difficult challenges and you see, hey, you know what? Maybe this is not for me. Maybe I should go out here and try this. It will open up your mind to wanting to do something more than just being stuck in one thing. That is a major part of resilience. And I think most people should practice that, because that is something that we lack of, especially nowadays. And you like I said, you gotta be strong. You gotta do it for yourself. You gotta understand like what it is that you want out of life, and make sure you go grab it as much as you can, because nothing out here is going to nobody's not going to give you anything. And I understand, you may have a loving family. I'm talking to the people that feels like they on their own, feels like they don't have anything to go to. And I understand that feeling. I know how that feels. You know what I mean? On some real, like I know how that feels to just be that person that you don't have nobody to talk to. You're alone. You don't know where to go mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. So please keep that in mind. You are a resilient human being. As long as you wake up in the morning and you take that shower and you eat your breakfast or your lunch or whatever it is that you do, and you have a roof over your head, or even if you don't have a roof over your head, like at me at one point, you got to have that house in your mind, that mindset that if you still living, you still have a chance to go out there. So I can tell you from personal experience that, a lot of people wish they could revert back to being alive. And I mean, when I say alive, I don't mean physically alive. I mean spiritually, mentally alive. So that is a very deep conversation I may have at some point, but anyway, yeah, those are the 5 resilient techniques that I personally do, and I would love for y'all to implement that as well in your daily lives. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video if you know somebody is going through these things. I'm here to help, and I'll see y'all next time. I'm out.